Is there a cuisine that you can call jungle cuisine?
एक तो ये हमको मिर्ची को लेके बदनाम कर रखा है, you know. So we are very spicy. When we say spicy, we mean flavors.
Flavorful.
So we are in the jungle, so we will cook the local meat in the local way. And at that time, food has always been about less is more.
Oh, fabulous. 3 years ago, since we started Khaane Mein Kya Hai, there's always been a desire to bring you, our viewers, to Rajasthan. But for some reason or the other, it just wouldn't happen. This time, it's happened, finally. We are in Rajasthan, we are in Udaipur, and what a way to start our journey in Rajasthan, but from the Mewar district. Yes, this is the Shivnivas Palace, and we have a special guest on this episode, Lakshyaraj Singh Mewar, the scion of the family, which is over 1,000 years old. So let's meet Lakshyaraj Singh Mewar, chat with him about the history and the heritage of this region, and then talk about the great cuisine of Mewar. Chalo, जाते हैं और पूछते हैं खाने में क्या है. So I'm sitting in probably what are the most luxurious surroundings right now, and with me is the one and only Lakshyaraj Singh Mewar, and we are very, very happy to be in what could be termed as your home.
Gee, yes, well, it is.
Yeah.
Why only termed? Yes, it is home.
Yes.
So it is lovely to have you here after a very long time.
Yes.
I hope you don't make it so long again, because I think it's almost been a decade since you were here and when you met my dad. So, and I hope you don't take another 10 years to come back and see us.
Not at all.
So it's lovely to have you, and that's why I'm on your right side.
Yes. So I want to start off with a little bit about where we are.
Ji.
We are in we are in the Mewar, which is a district in what is called Rajasthan but it's very different from what the rest of Rajasthan is. You know,
Ji.
when you think of Rajasthan, you think of deserts and you think of arid land and dryness.
Ji.
But when you think of Udaipur,
Ji.
you think of lakes
That's right.
and greenery and beauty.
Ji. Romance.
And romance, yes.
Food.
The food, of course, yeah.
Ji.
So tell us a little bit about the history, which is probably a 1,000-year history of this dynasty in Mewar, right?
Well, firstly, history is full of mystery, you know.
Okay.
So that is there. I don't want it to make it look like too much of a history lesson.
Yeah.
But I think it's fascinating. I think there is a lot to learn. We have a lot to take away from our past, and especially this region. And as you said, and I think the pointers that you have made are, I think, very valid. A lot of people come and say, कि अरे वो तुम्हारे desert किधर है यार? हमारे को वो camel और वो नहीं दिख रहा है. We're not being able to, you know, find them. So I said, yes, you have to travel about 600, 700 kilometers north of where we are. And I said, you'll find them. I said, a good 10, 12-hour journey. I said, here we are sitting in lap of Mother Nature. I said, where you have water and the hills and the greenery and all of that. And more importantly, I say Udaipur is a place where you can actually hear silence. ये जगह ऐसी है जहाँ खामोशी सुनाई देती है. This is a place where you spend time with your girlfriend, your family, your children, and more importantly, yourself.
Which is very well said, because I have spent yesterday in peace over here.
Because you didn't have me.
No.
So yes, so you know, so those are the sort of things that we say that Udaipur is really well known for, and I think that's something that over a period of time there has been a lot of hard work that has been put in by the generations. And talking about the recent past, grandfather was the one who had the visionary idea of putting Udaipur on the world map. and from a touristic perspective, point of view. So, which is where it all began, and then Dad took the legacy forward, which I know you suffered his food before and his company. So I apologize.
No, not at all.
So what you call it?
Well,
now you're having to, and now you're having to suffer me. So I'll apologize for
and
that.
I will suffer your children also.
yes, absolutely. So which is wonderful. So yes, so that is what Udaipur has always been about, and some of the things that to break a myth of what you have mentioned. The thing that comes to my mind, which is also food related and also demographic and geographic related, that the greatest test, the greatest litmus test for food in terms of fish that they may have been has been from Udaipur, believe it or not.
Are you serious?
Yes, and the greatest test for that has been that the Bengalis, when they used to come here in the day, used to take back fish to Calcutta from Udaipur.
And it was fished where? In the lake?
Exactly, the freshwater fish that used to be there in the lake. When they used to go back home for their chutti and for their holiday, they used to pack fish from here and take it back, and they used to say that there is no better fish that is there than what is existent here in the lakes of Udaipur.
We are also in the right time to get out of the palace.
Ji.
And you've promised to cook for us.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard, that I have done something silly like that. So
but
yes.
Do you like cooking?
I love cooking.
You like cooking?
Yes. So I can't promise you of the outcome, but I will certainly.
Sure, the outcome will be good.
Well, I can only think in my defense, I will say, is the water flows from the top. You had my father's food, so what do you call? So it's all come from there to me.
So where are we going? And what are we cooking?
Well, so let that be a surprise.
Okay.
And let's go on the journey together.
Okay.
And let's not try and over analyze. It's going to be a really interesting place. So the sort of dish it is the sort of environment it is.
Okay.
So that is the only thing, the only cat out of the bag I'm letting.
There is a lot of mystery happening around here. Okay. I'm not getting to know where I'm going to be taken.
That is true.
And what I'm going to be eating.
You'll have to trust me. That's all.
I have full faith in you. I have full faith in you.
And you have it on record. So.
Oh, this is a wonderful place.
Lovely.
What is this place?
So this is our farm where we kind of come and spend time.
Okay.
Where we are even more close to nature than we were about 7 minutes away before we drove off. So the place is called Shikarbadi.
Okay. Was this a hunting lodge?
This was a hunting lodge, yes. Okay. It was the olden times hunting lodge, yes.
And we're going to be cooking out here in the outdoors over there.
Ji.
Now, this is something that I'm looking forward to completely.
I'm so glad.
And you can practice your good skills.
yes.
So, itna sara mutton dekh ke, I'm guessing that what you're going to cook is mutton.
That's right. That is absolutely true. It will be like with the law of the land. So we are in the jungle, so we will cook the local meat in the local way.
Okay.
So we will grab whatever is closest to us. So this is what is closest to me.
Okay.
Right behind you is the ghee.
Oh, this
so
I will bring the ghee
I
for you.
assume that is. So I will put this pot on. And what I will request you is to add the ghee. अब आपकी मर्जी हो जितना डालो आप. अब इसमें ये मेरे को मत पूछना कि कितना डालना है. तो measurements are not my cup of tea. अब आप देख लीजिए मटन उतना है.
अंदाजे से मैं डाल रहा हूँ. ये इतना तो चाहिए.
नहीं और डाल दीजिए.
और डालूं?
हाँ बिल्कुल.
चलो.
बेधड़क डालिए आप.
बेधड़क.
दिल खोल के. अपन मेवाड़ में है.
और
थोड़ा सा और डाल दीजिए.
थोड़ा सा और.
जी बिल्कुल.
ये तो नहीं तो यही रख देते हैं.
मेरे को ऐसा ही लग रहा है, but this is enough.
Okay,
this is plenty. Lovely.
So ये हो गया घी.
जी. I will give you the weapon of.
Yes, I will. Okay.
So now the idea in this is, sir, so we are basically cooking junglee mas.
Okay.
Right? Everybody has their own recipe. Our recipe is, as I said to you, as we were having a conversation earlier, less is more. So we are only literally going to be putting these 4 things that are there in front of you.
That is this ghee.
Yes.
Mutton.
Yes.
ये chili.
Chili.
It's
a local chili.
Local chili.
Okay. And salt.
And salt.
That's it.
That's it.
Bas.
No garam masala.
No.
No pyaz.
Nothing.
That's fantastic.
And so that is all what there is going to be, and you'll be very pleasantly surprised with the flavors that come out of all of this. I was earlier very scared of feeding this to friends and people that we didn't know. And then slowly and steadily when we started to, you know, share this recipe out with people, they really enjoyed it. Yeah. So then I got a lot more confident to be able to, you know, share it with people.
Well, if it contains only 3 ingredients, I could even try making it back at home.
There you go.
You know, as long as I put so much ghee in it.
So now you've let the cat out of the bag because there isn't much to do. So the thing in this that we have to be very careful about, the idea is not to fry the meat.
Okay.
Okay, so the ghee that we put in, we literally just wanted to kind of just melt because obviously being the winter season, so the ghee is obviously a little, you know, not completely melted. So we just literally want the ghee to melt.
So it's not like a tadka or something?
No, not at all. We don't want any sound. We don't want any of those fashionable things going on. We literally just want it to swim and just submerge the mutton in this and then add the salt and then forget about it.
So, you are the chef, you tell me now.
So, yes, so now that we've seen this calmly and patiently as you've seen, now that it is melted, it's starting to get a little warm. Now this is the stage where we'll add the goat to the pot.
Okay, here we go. So,
there you go, we just, we take this.
So, shall I help you as well?
That will be fantastic.
Not a bad idea, chalo. It's actually just swimming in ghee.
Absolutely, that's it.
It's not that hot, so we can actually...
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so this is just ghee warmed, not hot.
Not hot.
Warm.
So as I said, we really don't want to fry. As you've seen, the cuts of the meat are from all parts. So you have some of the leg, you have some of the shoulder. So those are, it's a mixed cuts of meat that are put in.
Chops I saw, the nalli I saw, everything is
so
there.
all of that is, yes, sab kuch hai. So it's not any, the more you have, the better, because as I said, whatever was available to you in the jungle is what you used.
What you used, okay.
Also remember that there is not a drop of water that goes inside this. Okay. Because the meat already has so much of its own water, which it will release in due course. And the beauty of it is to cook it with that water and the ghee
in its own juices.
In its own juices, and by the end of it, it should completely have, we should have been able to cut the water of the meat itself completely and have been cooked really well and nicely tendered in the ghee itself. So now that it's been sitting in it for a while,
okay.
So now what we can do is add the salt.
Okay. Oh, add the salt. Okay.
Ghee. So that will help to further release
the
waters and all of that. So we will just do that. So we'll add literally, I would say about 2 spoons. We add another half.
This is the one thing that I'm so bad at is proportion of salt. मैं डर के डालता हूँ.
Yeah, well, we can now just give it a good stir.
Yes, this is my job. चलो, ये मेहनत आप cook कर रहे हो तो मैं ये मेहनत तो मैं कर सकता हूँ.
There you go. So if it doesn't come out as you expected it, I know who to blame.
अरे boss. So I have stirred this as per your instructions.
Lovely. So now we will cover it and forget about it for a good about 40 minutes. Till then I can torture you with my conversation.
Okay.
There you go. So we can leave that on top.
The lid is shut.
Shut, yes.
Only ghee, mutton and salt.
So far.
And now 40 minutes.
That's it.
Superb. So one thing I noticed from a food perspective is that we are bang in the bordering Maharashtra as well as Madhya Pradesh. I mean, at least...
no, so Gujarat and then...
Gujarat and
yes,
Madhya Pradesh, correct?
Yes.
And there is a little influence of Maharashtra, I find, in terms of the poha over here, in terms of the Gujarat influence on the food also.
See, earlier, sir, the region of Rajasthan and Gujarat both were predominantly one.
Correct.
This more in the recent times have, become very different. But originally, going back to your first question that you spoke about history, originally we traveled from that part of the world and come here. So, so that region, so their food, our food, their clothes, our clothes are very similar in nature. Few things here and there have have obviously over the 1,000 years or so have kind of changed. Like so, we'll have dhoklas here, they'll have dhokli there. So you know, so it's kind of and they'll have it with the dal. We will also have it with the dal. So you know, so there are a lot of such things that are very similar. They may not be very spicy today. Ours may not be. एक तो ये हमको मिर्ची को लेके बदनाम कर रखा है, you know. So we are very spicy. When we say spicy, we mean flavor spice.
Flavorful.
Yeah, you know, not tikha. Exactly, where you know you literally just perspiring and sweating. It's not quite like that. It's something which is very full-bodied and something that you really enjoy and smell and feel and taste that entire flavor in your mouth. And I think. And at that time, food has always been about less is more. So shall we?
Yes, I think
now
we should.
That you patiently waited with me for over 40 minutes, there you go.
Nice.
So now we can see that it's come to a bit of a boil. And so now is the time that we will add the chili.
चलो आप चाय पियो, आप मुझे बताओ क्या करना है, मैं करता हूँ. Just full chili. Are you going to break these or something? Nothing.
No, the beauty of it is to keep it intact as the way they are.
The full chili.
जी.
पूरा डाल दूँ क्या?
पूरा डाल दो. So we will let them be the way they are.
This is it.
Yeah, that's it. We won't try and improvise it too much and try and fix it and everything. It's perfectly fine. So we will cover it back. So the steam and everything and all of that will just keep.
So we're not disturbing.
We're not disturbing anything. Ji.
Lovely. And in the meanwhile, while we stay, how long is it?
Another half an hour, 40
minutes. Another half an hour, 40 minutes. And then we'll be ready to eat?
Then we'll be ready to eat. Absolutely.
Superb.
Absolutely.
In the meanwhile, let's enjoy this beautiful place.
Ji.
Lovely nature. I can actually see the odd deer in the background.
Well, those were specially organized in your honor.
Okay, 40 minutes more and then we are ready to eat.
Yes, yes. So I think now while we are waiting, conversation and chai.
It's a good idea.
There you go. Talk about it.
Thank you, thank you.
No, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers to chai. But there's only tea. So.
I know. At this hour, tea is good. So, is there a cuisine that you can call jungle cuisine?
Absolutely.
Amongst the Rajputs?
Absolutely. I think as the name itself suggests, whatever and things that were available within the forests is what is really jungle cuisine as far. Everybody has their own interpretation.
Sure.
But I think personally speaking about it, I think what is available to you in this environment and atmosphere is what you really went with.
So basic ghee spices, basic chilies and whatever sort of protein that is available.
देखिए sir, उसमें क्या था ना कि what you could easily carry on a horseback.
Correct.
Simple सी बात है कि जो your mutton would be available to you in the forest. Yeah. You didn't have to carry.
Or if you went to some village, you can pick up the mutton from there.
Also, but in the olden days, there wasn't that sort of arrangement. So what you could carry is a packet and a pudiya of chilies like that.
Okay.
Salt आपको एक मुट्ठी भर चाहिए होता था, वो आपने कपड़े में लपेट लिया, and ये दो चीजें आप अपने साथ carry करके निकल जाते थे. And ghee then was not required because the animal itself would have its own fat. So it would always
thought of that.
So it would only cook in its own fat. So this today is the 21st century version. So you literally needed two ingredients.
You don't need ghee.
Exactly. So chili and salt is all what you carried, and that was something that you could carry on horseback easily. So now you're making about 4-5 kilos of mutton with just this much ingredients, and which also we haven't used. अपने को मुट्ठी भर नमक चाहिए and chili. That's it. तो जब घर से आदमी घोड़े पे निकलता है, तो you could take it with you and that's it. And what you found along the way, you added chili and salt and cooked.
This goes back to what you started off saying earlier, which is that
less is more. Exactly. There you
less
go.
is more, and I'm dying to just taste this flavor of this chili, this red chili, this dried red chili, and the meat together.
Lovely. So before we attack that lid, I have a little bit of a surprise for you.
Okay.
So as we were talking earlier, that literally the ingredients that were there, literally the salt and the chili, pouches थे, वो आप एक पोटली जिसको अपन कहते हैं, उतने में ही जो अपन उसको ले जा सकते हैं. So the surprise that I have for you now, before we get into that lid, is a very special ingredients. Which you could carry with you, literally as we have now.
Okay.
And I'm not going to explain what the ingredients is, but I'll show it to you.
Okay.
And that is all. As soon as we open the lid, is what we are going to add a bit of it to it.
Kesar.
And because of the time of the year, so this is the only ingredients that, as I said, all of this can be carried effortlessly.
Okay. So this is what is going to make it truly royal now.
Yeah, well, if you want to, if you want to call it that, yes.
Yes.
So now we can go for the lid. Yeah, just be careful; it'll be hot.
Yes. Okay.
Lovely, lovely. So now I will take that from you, and I will let you do the honors of the saffron, and then give it a.
Let's do it in a civilized fashion.
There you go.
And do it with nice, gentle.
Perfect, excellent.
हो गया ना?
I think so. आप दिल खोल के डालिए सर.
बस.
If you say so, then that's.
Let's not be greedy.
And I will ask you to give that one last stir, and then we are ready to taste. I will pass a plate to you, and you can choose. So whatever is your favorite piece.
My favorite piece, see, automatically comes.
Oh, there you go.
Nali automatically आ जाती है जब भी मैं मटन खाता हूँ.
Well, there you go. Put it right in the center and go for it. That's it.
Oh.
Beautiful.
How about you?
I will, but after you.
After
मेरी सांसें अभी अटकी हुई है because it's in your hands.
No. Oh, this is nice. So I've got a little piece of a chop over here, and the nali, and this meat is soft and tender. It's cooked really well.
Well, I'm glad.
In the ghee. And I like what has happened to the chilies, you know. And also chilies के जो seeds हैं.
They have also just integrated with it. Yes, yes. Is it edible? Bearable?
It's beautiful.
I'm glad.
It's beautiful. I am not missing anything in this.
Well, I'm so glad. That is heartwarming to hear.
The ability to just cook with only chilies and salt and ghee is mind-blowing. Oh, this is delicious. May I be a pig?
Please, please, by all means.
Oh, this is very nice. बहुत मजा आ गया. Fab.
Excellent. I'm so glad.
Oof, this is nice.
Well, the beauty of it is, I don't know what you feel about it, but for me, I think this in isolation is a complete dish.
Okay.
But mentally and psychologically, people want roti and this, that and other. So what we have for you here is makki ki roti, which is very much Mewar and which is very much local to the land.
Okay.
So you can't get more Mewari, as we would say, than we are now, with Junglee mas and makki ki roti.
Oh, this is hot.
So,
and nice.
Yes.
This has been worth waiting for.
I'm so glad. And the ghee of the meat is what you would literally just use, and this is something that would keep you going for the rest of your journey on horseback.
I'm not going on horseback, but the ghee is keeping me going, I must say. Oh, fabulous. I'm
so glad.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
You are such a wonderful host. Yeah?
Thank you.
I should not be talking with my mouth full, but
No, but thank you so much for coming and visiting us. And the only promise that you have to make me that now you're not going to take so long to come back and visit us. It'll be a pleasure.
Eat with you again.
Please.
This time I'll bring something from Maharashtra and feed you also.
Lovely.
It'll be a good
Lovely.
idea, no?
A keema would be a good idea.
Keema?
Yes.
Oh, keema. You were going to tell me a story about keema though.
Interesting. People have a lot of concepts and thoughts and all of that about keema. What we've learned through historians and people that we've spoken about, obviously in the olden days you never had these machines where you would put it through those grinders and get mince and so on and so forth. Earlier in the days when you would travel, and as I said predominantly, we're going back to that era. So let's understand it from that perspective. So when you were traveling back on horseback and you'd carry a leg of lamb or leg of goat back with you, your dicky or your boot space would be your saddle. Right? So you would put that leg of lamb or that goat in your saddle. So by the time you reached the place where you had to, it would be mince.
So that's the story of keema.
So that is the story of keema. And it would stay intact because of the saddle. So, wherever you had to get to, you would have your mince of ready-made, ground and ready to go. So all what you needed was a pot and to let it go. And that's why they say cook it on the bone is where it came from. So you carry that leg, which would be minced, beautiful, and I think perhaps that's the recipe which we should do next time.
Excellent.
Thank you. Very kind. Thank you.
Pleasure.
And lovely to have you over. and hopefully again soon.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And if you, अगर आपको ये episode अच्छा लगा तो please share, write, comment, subscribe. जो बोलते हैं ना, subscribe.
Yes, and the bell. I think there's something to do with the bell.
Bell
too.
icon भी दबाइए. और आते रहिए, खाते रहिए और पूछते रहिए कि खाने में क्या है.
Lovely.
Makka di roti also.
But please, you guys should also try, huh?
Oh, they will. They will. Trust me, they will.
The best location that we shot in.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, it is. It is the finest sort of atmosphere, the time of day, and
Yeah, and
looking very nice.
all of that.
And of course the food.
And more importantly, the company.
Of course,
You
of
keep
course.
complimenting only the
No,
food.
no, no. Company is important.